Hello and welcome to episode 51 of the Wee Podcast. It is Clark here with Phil.
Hello.
So this week we thought we'd ask you the question, do you consider yourself a lucky person? We've started, basically this week's episode, we look at some people that are lucky, very lucky, some people that are horrendously unlucky. We sort of look at the correlation between them both, I think, on the way through. And then basically we finish up with how to make your own luck. So hope you enjoy. So do you consider yourself a lucky man?
No.
No?
No.
At all?
It's quite broad.
It is?
And some things, yeah, but I mean,
Like as in being born into not poverty.
Yeah,
And
well,
having a roof over your head and food and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, and that's what it
sort of
sounds. But
yeah.
whenever it comes into actually living life,
Yeah.
not an awful lot of lucky things have happened, which is unfortunate. But
I know. But
you
then
can't rely on luck for everything, like, can you really?
no, but I suppose we'll get to that later, how you can make your own.
No such thing as
So-
making your own luck. It's
well,
all a lie.
It is defined as the success or failure apparently brought by chance rather than through one's own actions. So in other words, there's nothing you can really do. It just either is or it isn't.
So then how can we create our own luck then? See?
Well, people believe that luck doesn't actually exist, that it's one of those things that, with that saying, like, make your own luck, like, for example, people that are lucky aren't actually coincidentally finding themselves in these places. What they're actually doing is putting themselves in the right places for good things to happen.
Yeah.
And then that's just the way it is, like we spoke about Stan Lee last week. He wouldn't have he would never have became what he is had he not taken that job, put himself in that place, and so on and so forth.
Yeah. But is that luck or is that just free will, or what is that like really?
Well,
Is there such a thing as free will? It's a whole new podcast.
yes,
that
that is. That's a whole new podcast in general.
Yeah.
Never mind episode.
Yeah.
But obviously, we've there's not just good luck either. There's bad luck. So whenever I said are you a lucky person, you assumed good, which is weird. You ever noticed that?
Yeah.
I didn't notice that until just there now.
Yeah.
Like if you say, "Oh, he's lucky," well, what one?
But I think in that context, lucky does mean like no one's
Because
gonna
you
say
say
you're lucky.
unlucky.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, you found out you've got a heart disease. That's lucky.
That's lucky.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Oh, unlucky.
Sorry,
The un one.
I didn't specify which one. That's bad luck.
Yeah, that's very
Yeah.
bad luck. Yeah.
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 No, that's fair enough. But obviously we have stories of each. About people that were lucky and others that weren't.
That weren't so lucky.
No. Well, it's funny because you're only. Well, one of my guys that I'm going to read a story of in a second, he's only lucky because he was unlucky. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
So, a guy called Ben Carpenter, he's disabled. He's in a wheelchair, one of those ones with a wee electric wheels.
Oh, you can move
for the-
yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was crossing the street in his wheelchair when he was hit by a lorry. One of those big flat fronted lorries. So the handles of his chair in the back became lodged in the truck's grill.
How on earth do you go across the street and then just turn around at a 90-degree angle and go, I'm stuck in this truck?
Well,
Unless the truck's coming behind him.
My assumption is that
Maybe he's seen the
American
truck.
streets, there's like cross
Oh,
ones. So like ones that would go from like in an X shape
yeah.
as well as just along.
Yeah.
So my guess is he's potentially been going there. The guy's tried to like turn a corner, not seen him, and
That's
taking him with
crazy.
the handles. But basically, obviously that's very unlucky. I mean, you would assume you're safe to cross the street if you're at a crosswalk. Anyway, so they became lodged in the truck's grill. He was taken on a terrifying 50-mile-per-hour ride for several miles. His chair tires at the bottom were destroyed, but he did survive without a scratch himself.
I can't imagine you'd be able to survive that with a scratch though. Like there's bound to be something.
There's a wee picture. Anybody that hasn't that doesn't believe this story, just look up Ben Carpenter. There's a picture of him stuck in the grill of the lorry. His wee t-shirt and shorts, in his chair, his glasses. It looks like they tint whenever it's sunny.
Yeah,
See that?
ones, yeah.
Yeah, he is in front of a lorry.
And he's fine.
He's fine. He just looks a bit like miffed that he's stuck in a lorry.
I'd be miffed as well. To be fair, I'd be so annoyed.
Yeah, so that's bad luck, and then the most lucky thing ever to not die.
Rolled in one.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
That's crazy. I've got a pretty rough one to be fair.
Okay.
Melanie Martinez, she's lost her home 5 times to 5 different hurricanes.
Oh my god.
So it was Betsy in 1965.
All in the same state?
Because
if they are, I sort of feel like that's her fault.
yeah, probably is her fault, but I don't think it is the same state. I mean, it's probably the same. I don't think it'd be the same state, but it'd be the east side. Or
Yeah, probably down around Florida.
yeah, so they're usually
Yeah.
ones. So
Yeah.
maybe we should use state. I don't know, but there's Hurricane Betsy, Hurricane Juan, 1985, Hurricane George, 1998, Hurricane Katrina in 2005, and Hurricane Isaac in 2012.
Oh my god.
I'm
I'm sure there's a point where she's just like,
I just live in a
for
box.
goodness sake.
Yeah. The house that Hurricane Isaac destroyed was actually the one that a reality TV show had just spent 20 grand remodeling.
Oh no.
Before Isaac hit, Melanie and her family attempted to evacuate, but their truck broke down. Because nothing good happens for this family, like when hurricanes are near, like, so you know that's just what happens.
Well, you know what? No one's died.
No one's died,
So
but I
that
mean,
is
she's lost 5 houses.
That's so bad.
Like it might not. It doesn't even matter if they're like, even if one was a caravan house, it's still a house. It's still your home.
At some point you gotta say, look, what are you building this from here, boys?
I'd just build one underground.
That's a good idea. It's like a hobbit house.
Then an earthquake happen. You know.
It probably would.
Yeah. Splits in 2, house falls apart, don't know what's happened. Hurricane lifts it up out of the ground.
5. Oh my
5 houses, 65, 85, 98, 2005. They're not far apart. I mean, 25 or 20 years between Betsy and Juan, like, but I mean, not too far between, you know, George, Katrina, and Isaac. They're all quite close.
And then you think,
because you're just about getting settled in your house by that time, you know.
Yeah, like you've probably just sort of 5 years was long enough, but you know, even at that, like it's not. It's hard to explain, but like the house will have only really settled after
exactly
a year or 2 years or whatever, like as in the actual building itself, and then you know you get your furniture and you have it all the way you want. And the next thing it's like, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
But then I suppose maybe they're just really good at fixing stuff after that. Times.
5
That's
times.
just
The sixth
ridiculous.
time, like, I mean, everyone says 3rd time lucky. Like 5th time unlucky is. I mean, what are you meant to be doing?
That is crazy.
3rd time she's probably like, yes, that's it, over.
That is it. 3rd time. No.
The 4th and 5th. So we're just waiting for her name to pop up in 2019 now, and that will be.
Oh, imagine.
That'll be the next one.
That's horrendous. There's a lady called Joan Ginther, who, in stark contrast to that lady, has won the lottery 4 times. She's hit the jackpot 4 times, and won more than $20 million.
To be fair, that's not an awful lot considering when you win it 4 times though.
But if you do like the national lottery here, for example, sometimes it can only, sometimes it's like 4 million as the jackpot.
Well, 20 million is still quite a lot of money.
It's big money, but like her picture's like black and white, you can see. So I don't know if this was like in the 70s or 60s.
She's
or
got
something.
mutton chops. What's wrong with it?
She, but then has a wee star beside it. She also earned a PhD in statistics from Stanford. Some say that she used this expertise to increase her chance of winning. Even so, if she did, a lottery shouldn't be something you can work out with statistics.
No.
It should be something.
It's RNG.
Yeah. Literally, like it should be something that is just like, you know, every number has exactly the same chances coming out as any other number.
Yeah.
And that is true of our lottery. Well, I'd like.
But I think statistics. I mean, if you run it over and over again, there has to be some sort of correlation somewhere, doesn't there?
But if you know, like these balls, the way we do them, they're like bounced around, and then next thing they just fall and one goes up.
Yeah.
like there's no way that you can be like 1 is statistically less likely than a 6. Why? Well, it
they
just
could just
is.
rig it though. It'd be like magnets and number 6.
There could be, but like
No.
you could never statistically account for cheating because you don't know what one they're gonna.
Yeah.
You know, so it's one of those things that yeah. So basically, people suggest that she made her own luck, and she did alright. $20 million. You could live pretty comfortably for your whole life on that, no problem.
Imagine how much it'd be now though from the 70s. Like that'd be crazy.
Oh, a lot more, I would guess.
Maybe she can get someone to this fella, Roy Sullivan.
Okay.
He's been struck by lightning 7 times. That's mad. Like, Roy received his first jolt way back in 1942. He received the next 6 shocks between 1969 and 1978.
Oh,
So
it's like 1 a year.
yeah,
Or just under. Oh my god.
yeah. Could you imagine? We did this show. Well, it's not May yet, so
I wonder if he has that like pattern, you know, that people get when they get hit by lightning.
is that real? I think it's just Photoshop.
No, it's
Is it
real. Yeah, I think it's real.
Maybe he's got 7 of them. I don't know. He's got a whole back tattoo of them. I don't know.
Have you seen the guy who does like the skateboard and puts the electric through it?
Oh yeah,
And
with the 2
Yeah,
shot.
and it goes like
Yeah.
class.
It is cool,
really
like, but
Maybe not on skin, but
yeah, but you couldn't really. How are you supposed to ride in that? There's no grip. It's just wood.
aye, but sure he does stuff over it, does he not? After
Yeah, there's no grip on it though. You need to put the
was it
grip
not the
deck on.
bottom?
No, that wasn't the top, so you can see it curved in. That's
Oh
what-
really?
that's
Oh,
what
I
it
thought
was.
it was on the bottom.
It'd be cool if it was in the bottom, but he's
Yeah.
put it in the wrong way, I think.
Ah, well, there you go. Either way,
He's had his hair burnt off 4 times.
with lightning.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
dear.
just by himself. He just decided.
Well, I could have just been like, "Oh, I'm on fire now." This is how unlucky I
I'm
am.
not gonna go to the hairdresser. He was even knocked unconscious when a lightning bolt hit him. Like literally just. How long would you be unconscious for? I wonder.
I don't know.
Because that's bound to be like an
that is
instant
gonna
shock to your
hurt.
system.
Yeah,
Like,
that is gonna hurt.
it didn't actually hit him, so it bounced off a tree into his car through an open window.
Oh my god! God, was he have a window before the lightning storm? Something in me says he wants this.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Like, but then again, obviously, every piece of bad luck. The first lady, she's lucky she's alive. Second guy, same.
Yeah.
Yo, he's very lucky to be alive. Why is he got his car window open?
Well,
But then
he
again, I
said-
suppose you're not gonna think lightning's about to come through my window.
no, well, I suppose
Well,
you're
he
not. Like,
should,
but
but-
he's actually what he's done now is he says that his bad luck got so bad, right? He started carrying around a can of water to douse himself in if it does it again. Imagine that. Alright, see if the 8th time happens, that's the last time.
Just done.
That's the last time.
Oh dear.
God love him, like.
There's speaking of bad luck, I was actually listening to a podcast earlier. Have you ever heard of Asia Bibi?
Do you?
Have you ever heard of her? No.
No.
It's a Pakistani woman or Pakistani woman. Pakistani. How do you say that? Just Pakistani anyway. She's from Pakistan, and she's a Christian in Pakistan, obviously a predominantly Muslim country.
Mm-hmm.
She's been on death row for 8 years for drinking from a glass of water.
In a place or something, or?
No, she was a farmer. She was working on a farm with other Muslim women. Warm, obviously, in that country.
Yeah.
She took a drink of water, and yeah, basically one of the other girls then drank from it, and basically she's being done for blasphemy because they got into an argument then about religion, and she was on death row for 8 years. She has a family as well, like husband, son. She's on death row for 8 years, and she's now.
Is this good luck?
No, this is horrible luck. Like,
Oh, I was
imagine
gonna
that,
say.
taking a drink and now you're in death
I
row.
was going to say, because that's crazy.
She was recently pardoned by the Supreme Court, but the country is now up in arms and they want her killed. Like, the public want her dead. So she
For
is
drinking-
asked for what do you call that whenever you ask a country to go and live there to be safe?
Oh, the witness protection thing?
No, it's like oh my god. Why is this coming out of my head as soon as I start trying to tell you this? No, it's completely gone. It begins with S, I think.
I'm not on the
No. Well, basically, you ask the country to let you come in and they'll take care of you. And she's asked the UK. Don't know yet. We'll see. She's asked France, who have apparently said maybe. Italy have said no. And a couple of other countries are now debating it as well. How is there a debate here?
Yeah.
Like, what is going on?
Well, the debate would be if they bring them in, then the country's going to go mad and probably declare war on them.
It's fine. It's only Pakistan.
It doesn't matter.
Like,
no one wants war.
No. But like realistically, actually, the president of Pakistan at the minute is an ex-cricketer who used to play in England. So, yeah.
That's strange.
Yeah.
It's very, very strange setup.
That is gonna really annoy me. You know what that is called?
Subterfuge.
It's gonna really annoy me.
That's crazy. Imagine drinking a thing of water and being like, yeah, your religion's bad. Whoa!
But like, apparently the way it works over there is like, it's my word against yours, and they'll pretty much always go for the Muslim.
That's an awful way to live.
Yeah, it's really horrible.
There's no fair trial anywhere then, though. It's just...
Well, she was in death row for 8 years. They want her killed now. She's now in witness protection. Politicians stood up for her. One of the politicians' bodyguard killed him for standing up.
What?
He then was put to death.
The bodyguard?
Yeah. And 10,000 people showed up to his funeral because he's considered like a martyr.
That's insane. People are weird. Like, aren't
That's
they?
not even the only one. Like 3 have been killed. 3 politicians that have stood up.
That's mad.
This people that, you know, the public, the public have essentially killed them. Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's crazy.
That's like I don't even know if that's luck or what is that, or if it's...
It's just really horrible. So like,
it's a horrible
she's
story.
now, her kids are it's not refuge. Honestly, this word is gonna catch me the whole way. Asylum. Yes.
It's definitely not S.
I know, but the S was in
asylum.
there. Asylum. They're seeking asylum in these countries. Oh, that feels so good. Right. Anyway, right. My story about good luck now, because that's all the horrible things that I thought people should probably know about. Look up that story, by the way. That is legit.
Sounds awful.
It's horrible. Anyway, a guy called Bill Morgan lives in Melbourne, Australia. He won a car and a scratch ticket. You know, one of those. Nobody can see me do that. Why am I doing that?
This sounds like you're doing something really wrong.
So
you really love that car.
TV in a TV interview. Then they were like, "Well, here, have another go at another ticket." He scratched it off to reenact his win and won $250,000.
So he's won the car and $250,000 for the crack, basically.
Yeah, if you look, I've got a really bad actually picture because it was a really poor screenshot. Look at his face. He's like,
He's
oh,
like, what just happened
can't
to me?
believe it.
I can't believe I've done this.
250 G's after
winning the car.
Yeah.
Which you probably could have sold if you wanted to, really. I mean,
yeah, it's weird though. It's like, because I listened to a thing a while back on game shows. Game shows aren't all they're cracked up to be in America.
yeah.
Like, you have to pay like taxes and all that stuff
On what?
on what you win.
Oh yeah, well sure, it's the same thing. That's why they call it tax-free money and stuff, and tax-free...
Like here,
Mhm.
but like in America you have to like pay. It's crazy.
Oh, wow.
Like that person who won like $1 billion walked away with like 900 million. I think he won 1.2
Yeah, but
billion. Obviously 900 million is still your fine forever now.
Yeah.
But like they lost essentially like 300 or 400 million to taxes.
Yeah, at least they didn't have to pay it out of their own pocket, like literally, you know, from the money they did not have.
Oh yes.
Then there's like interest and
like
stuff
the
on
person
top of
who
that.
wins the car
Yeah.
then can't afford the car, so
Yeah.
they sell the car. And yeah.
To be
Crazy.
fair, it's a good thing there's contracts as well that says you can't sell the car as well.
Can you imagine?
Yeah. What is that car worth? 100 million. Well, can you sell it? No.
No.
Winning a Bugatti would be the best thing ever. Woman here, Anne Hodges,
Okay.
got struck by a meteorite.
What?
Yeah.
She's alive?
Yeah.
I picture a big house.
Oh, it's only a tiny thing, really. Well, when I would get you a picture, but I've seemed to have chopped her out.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate, but it like skinned her stomach and made a big, massive, like black bruise and
Oh.
stuff. Yeah.
That would hurt. That'd be like a big golf ball.
Yeah, pretty much it would be sort of.
Yeah, it would really hurt.
1954 it happened. November 30th, so it's coming up to the anniversary of it.
Yeah.
Anne was just taking some me time, she says, and napping on her sofa when a meteorite burst through her roof and hit her.
God.
Yeah, that's grim.
I wonder whether she woke up to the through the roof, or
I
whether
know.
it was like so quick that she was already hit.
Yeah.
My
I
word.
think you'd be woken up at the same time. But you'd wake up and be like, ah! And you'd be like, ah! You wouldn't know what's happening. So, whenever that happened, the US Air Force flew in and took the meteorite.
Oh, what? She didn't even get to keep it?
Well, yeah, so took the rock and then she got a lawyer and basically got it back. Because
Nice.
it landed on her property.
Yeah, it's mine. It also hurt me.
Oh, well, this is the thing, right? So she got it back and then the landlady claimed
Oh, no.
meteorite. Since it damaged the house as well. So, she says, tired of all the legal battles, she eventually donated it to the meteorite or to the Alabama Museum of Natural History. So she was just like, I'm not gonna bother with this. Just give it to the History Museum. And if you want to take up a court thing because of the damage it caused in the house, you go take it up to the museum then.
That's horrendous.
But imagine having like bad luck to get hit by it, and then for it to be, yeah, I'm gonna have a solicitor to call you.
The army show up, take it.
Yeah, you get it back, and then your landlady's like,
actually, that's mine.
that's mine. And I would just be like, oh my god.
You know what? Nobody's having it.
Yep.
Throws it off the edge. Eats it. Oh, so
Yeah,
awful.
imagine that getting hit by the first ever meteorite in ever being hit by one as a
That's
human
mad.
being, and then it just gone out of your hands, back in your hands, and then it's like no
I can't even be bothered. Just kicks it.
breaks
gives
it in
it
half.
to some child.
Gold comes out. You're like, oh.
Oh, imagine.
If only.
That would be class.
Yeah.
But from one house to another, a man called David Gonzalez was renovating a home that he purchased for $10,100.
It's a cheap home.
It was. Now, it doesn't say a year, but my
Ah.
assumption was this was a while ago.
Yeah.
But when he found it, whenever he was in the house, he went in to look and he found something quite interesting that was being used for wall insulation. It was a copy of Action Comics #1 featuring the debut of Superman, which is insanely rare for anyone that doesn't know. You'd know the cover if you've ever seen Big Bang Theory and stuff, it's on there. But the comic was put up for auction and then sold for $175,000. Which nowadays I don't think would come close to buying that comic.
No.
That's why I think this could have been like 50 years ago. But either way, it was 17 times the value of the house. And it was used for
Imagine
wall
would have
insulation.
kept that though.
I think I may have, but then again, would I have looked at it and went, really, like certainly nowadays, do I want
Suppose you
5
wouldn't
million
know.
or do it? Well,
If you didn't know,
if you
you
didn't
know.
know, you would know, sort of
Yeah.
thing. But I mean, if you were to find, if I was to find that now, say I was to find it randomly, I'd want to keep it, but whether I would, because of the monetary value, I don't
I
know.
suppose if you purchase this for 10 grand, then you'd be like, well, I sort of need the money to do it up, really, sort of thing, you know.
Yeah, I mean, well,
he was
even-
renovating at the time, so.
But even at that, I'd be like, okay, cool, gonna sell this, get, I think probably worth several million now, and then that's me, I'm good. I can buy a much nicer house than the one I just spent
$10,000
$10,000
to
or
then
100,000, which is nowadays money or whatever.
to then renovate it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's kind of.
imagine that. Just literally. There it was, unbelievable. Just one, look at that. There it is.
That's crazy. Like you
Well,
look at that and go, that's definitely not meant to be there.
imagine he didn't know though. Imagine he didn't even see it and he just ripped it off the
I
wall.
wonder if anyone's like sort of found him and been like, "You're the guy that found that comic," and blah blah blah. What do you think now? It's now worth.
Well, it depends the condition. If it was being used for wall insulation, my guess is
It wasn't the
it
best.
probably wasn't in 10 out of 10.
No, definitely
You know,
not.
but either way, big money.
It's still a lot of money. Like.
Ridiculous.
So people winning the lottery. This guy doesn't.
Oh no.
Kostas Mitsotakis,
Greek?
probably.
Sounds Greek. Yeah.
It doesn't actually say. It says it's in dollars. Every year, it's in Spain.
Okay.
So every year, Spain hosts a massive lottery called El Gordo.
That means the fat.
Yeah,
In Spanish, that's literally what that means.
the fat. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Maybe that's what it means. Fat, loads of money. I
Yeah.
don't know. And one year, the 70 household village of Sodeto won. All of the households except for Costas's bought into the lottery. And when their number came up, the town shared the $950 million jackpot. The entire town, except for Costas. The home association selling the lottery tickets had forgotten to knock on Costas' door.
Oh no!
So he never bought into the village-wide ticket purchase.
Oh.
Imagine being that one fella being like,
That's
hang on, we won?
13 million each.
We won?
Where's my ticket? Oh no!
What? That's crazy. Like,
can you imagine though going to them being like, right, you may all give me £1 million or something,
yeah,
because this is not my fault.
yeah.
Sure.
There's nothing you can do though. I mean, the person never knocked on the door. But then again, you would be forever annoyed at that person.
I'd leave the town.
I'd be
How
like,
could you look at anyone ever again knowing they all have 13 million per house?
Yeah, I know.
Or whatever it would be. Was it
950 million for 70 households.
Right, 13 million, say roughly.
Yeah. You'd be going, who was the guy that meant to knock my door? It was you. Give me half.
No, like, honestly,
Yeah.
how did that whole town not sort of be like, right? Well, then again, you'd be like, ah,
I know.
here, Jonathan, we're all gonna go drive our Ferraris up. Oh, wait.
But if you don't know them, you know what I mean. Like if you like, say if you were like the 40th house down, you wouldn't be like, I'm not gonna give you any money. I don't know. If it was your next door neighbour, you'd be like,
But it's a 70 house town.
yeah.
Yeah, there's bound to be. But you imagine you live in Madrid or something, and that was like one. And there's like 30 million people in Madrid. You get like $300. We won! You get like $300.
I think I'd cry if I won like 13 million just because we all chipped in to buy a single lottery ticket.
Oh, but can you actually imagine?
But the person is, so whoever had that lottery ticket, fair play.
What do you mean?
To have it.
Oh, in that town?
Yeah.
I thought it was.
Yeah, it's a massive lottery called El Gordo. So they all obviously just bought into this ticket.
So everybody in the town gets a ticket, and then one person wins it in that town, and the whole town wins, like a postcode lottery.
Yeah, it's the home association, so
Oh,
they'd have been holding that. See if we didn't win. Sorry, we won. 950 million to me. That's nearly $1 billion.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
Fair enough.
Nice.
You didn't get a single cent of it.
That's awful.
I'd be living like if it was
I'd
me.
move, honestly. I couldn't be living there.
I just demolish everyone's houses.
It's in the night, just set it all on fire.
Yeah. And then they'd just be like, well, I'm going to build
Bigger house.
$1 million
Thanks, I didn't want
mansion.
this
Thank you very
one.
much. Yeah.
I've got a nice wee good luck story, but again, all from bad luck. A guy called Raymond Levy is an English lawyer. So in December of 1978, he was a teenager. He was in a car that was driving through Manchester city centre, and less than 20 feet away, an IRA bomb went off. So 14 years later, in 1992, in April, he was staying in a synagogue flat near the Baltic Exchange in London. There was another bomb. His friends were hurt, he was not. 4 years later, in 1996, a double-decker bus was blown up in Aldwych in London. It killed 3 and injured 8. Levy was in the car at a red light right next to the bus.
Oh my god.
Not hurt at all. As everyone else started to run away, he entered the bus to try and switch off the engine, hoping to prevent the fuel tank from exploding as well. He is thought to be the only surviving British citizen to have come so close to so many bombings during the Troubles.
That's mad, like.
Isn't it? Like,
That's actually mad.
that's like anybody that got off a plane before 9/11 or didn't go into the Trade Center that day because they were sick, or, you know, I'm sure there are hundreds of stories of people
definitely.
that, that didn't go in for whatever reason, but that sort of story, how close you could be to tragedy so many times. Obviously the first one where he was really close, and the second one he was literally involved, and then the third one he was really close, but to have not been within, I don't know, the way of like glass flying at you or something.
I suppose that's good and bad, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've got one that's really good and bad, similar to yourself. Jason and Jenny Cairns. They're a travelling couple. They like to travel quite a lot. So, they've been unfortunate to be involved in 3 terrorist attacks.
Oh no.
September 11th, 2001.
They were there.
They were
in New York.
vacationing in New York. They were in New York at the time, whilst that was happening.
Awful.
And then 4 years later, they were in London in 2005 for the subway bombing.
Oh no.
And then in 2008, they took a trip to Mumbai in India. And while in Mumbai, they saw what was the terrorist attack in Mumbai?
I would assume a bomb. Oh,
Yeah.
That's my guess. I'm not
So
sure.
that was 3 terrorist attacks since 2001 through 2008.
7 years. Oh my word.
In 7 years, they were a part of 3 massive ones.
You know my friend Callum, no?
I don't know him, but I've heard of
You've
him.
heard? He was in Bali whenever the earthquake and volcano went off there
Oh my
recently.
goodness!
Yeah.
What a nightmare!
Yeah, he was in a restaurant and they had to leave. Like the whole holiday, they had to go home.
Oh, they actually so how
They had to leave the island.
Did they get money back then? I would assume from.
I'm not sure if he ever got the money. I never asked, to be honest.
No,
but,
it's the act of God or something, so it wouldn't really make much sense to get money back, would it?
Yeah.
I was insured for that. So
No, I think you are.
Oh, really? For
Yeah,
flying?
I think you are covered for anything like that. But
Oh.
like, he said it was awful. Like the whole place was just wrecked.
Well, the good thing is he got to go home though. Like
Yeah.
people that lost their
Exactly.
homes and stuff, that'd be
Exactly.
terrible.
My brother's there at the moment, actually.
Really?
Bali, yeah.
Well, that's just when nothing happens.
No, well, that's it. Well, actually, Rachel and I, whenever we were there in September, last year, we left to go to Dubai, and as we were leaving Dubai, volcano went off. We were there like 6 days before or something, 7 days.
That's
before.
ridiculous.
Really?
Like,
Yeah. I mean,
that's
obviously,
good luck then.
it was, well, yeah, but I mean, it's more just if you think of how close, we were, but then obviously these couples were there 3 times. My friend was there once. Unbelievable.
I just can't
Really is.
imagine being like in New York, traveling at the time.
Imagine. Oh. That would have. I think, to be honest with you, and you can't really put a scale rating on, but because of how publicised 9/11 was,
Yeah,
that one I really am like, oh my god,
imagine being there. Like,
awful.
plus the fact you got to travel home after that too.
Yep.
Just after the first ever massive
Mm-hmm.
plane attack had happened, you'd be like, I don't travel on a plane home.
Terrible.
Yeah.
So I've got one that's a lot. It's a lot better than that. So
I hope so.
a lady called Shina Richardson. She was doing a skydive.
Oh dear.
Her parachute did not open, and she plummeted 3,000 feet. She landed face first in the parking lot of somewhere close by. She was discovered alive and dazed and sitting up where she'd landed. An ambulance ride, 4 surgeries. She had 15 face plates put in.
Oh my god.
Doctors informed her that not only had she survived a 50-mile-an-hour impact,
How much?
50 miles per hour. She hit the ground at 50 miles an hour, but she was also pregnant, and
What?
the baby was healthy.
What? She landed face down?
Yep.
How is that even possible?
I don't know. Is that not ridiculous? She was fine sitting up, like, whoa.
What just happened?
Yeah, like, can you imagine coming to the scene? All I picture is somebody like sitting, legs outstretched, sort of like, what?
Yeah. But with like half a face.
Well, by the sounds of it, it was pretty busted. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
4 surgeries, 15 face plates, but she'd survived 50-mile-an-hour impact and had a healthy, as yet unknown.
She'd be an absolute nightmare at customs, wouldn't you? Beep 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 beep. From you, well,
So,
I fell 50 miles an hour down from the sky. Oh, you're that woman? Yeah. That's crazy. Like, fair
Yeah,
play.
unbelievable. I mean, obviously that would have been terrifying.
Oh yeah, 100%.
As soon as you realised, oh crap, these aren't opening.
The fact she's pregnant as well, I can't imagine that baby even
So,
surviving that.
so lucky. So
I wonder
lucky.
how many odds that is in one. That's crazy.
Lot.
Um,
Pictures this of the wee pregnancy test with the,
that's,
the parachute.
awful.
It's awful.
Is there a plus in the pregnancy test? Is there, or is it just a?
Oh, it's just blank.
Well, that's
Yeah.
sad, isn't it?
So fun.
Violet Jessup.
Sounds like somebody who made the pictures.
Yeah,
Sure.
Jessup.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, to be fair, I mean, if she had a camera there and then, it probably would have been an amazing thing to take a picture of. Like,
Right.
but she she was on board 3 ships, basically 3 famous ships as they sank. Yeah, so the first one was the sister ship to Titanic, 1911. Olympic.
Okay.
Yeah. She was working as a stewardess on that. And
Oh no.
yeah, well,
Right.
you know, it sank anyway.
Yeah.
And then she was like, well, I'm not going to go that one anymore, so I can't, so I'm going to go and work on the Titanic.
Oh, she was on the Titanic.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. She goes, I think her luck might change in her new boat. She took a job on the Titanic in 1912.
Oh,
that turned out.
God.
And then 4 days later, she was just escaping on a thinking boat. I'm what do you call him, Mike Tyson? Thinking on a sinking boat, and then 1916. So started off in 1911, sank.
Yeah.
1912,
Sank.
sank. I'll just take a wee 4-year trip here. Just leave it for a while. On the Britannic in 1916, it also sank.
Oh my goodness.
And she actually had to get off her lifeboat as well, so it sank. So technically 4 times she was on a boat, and they all sank. She had to swim to shore when she was escaping the Britannic.
What was the first one again?
RMS Olympic.
Olympic, Titanic, Britannic.
Mm-hmm.
There's gonna be a point where you stop getting on ships and in IC.
Pretty much, yeah. She also died in 1978, I think, of heart failure, I think.
Well, at least it wasn't drowning.
She was buried at sea, so.
No way.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a joke?
No.
Why would she? Oh dear.
Yeah.
Let's hope she wanted that and it wasn't like a sick joke.
Well, I mean, her life, I suppose, was at sea. Like, she never really worked on land, really, so.
Suppose I wonder. Obviously, I can imagine Titanic was horrible, but I don't know much about the other two as to whether it was like in ice cold water or.
Well, I think the Olympic and the Titanic had the same captain, I'm pretty sure.
The Titanic captain died.
No, I know, but the Olympic was first.
Oh, sorry. Okay. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure I read that online
They do go
somewhere.
to the Titanic Centre in Belfast to figure that out.
Yeah.
I can't remember the captain's name now.
Neither can I. Edward something, isn't it?
Edward James.
Possibly.
Is that right?
But yeah, he was on both ships. I'm pretty sure he was on both ships, like, so just don't.
There you go.
Well, he was really bad captain, wasn't he? He shouldn't have been on ships.
Well,
I'm
you
joking.
wonder. You wonder how like he sinks the first one. They're like, right, we've got an amazing new ship. Who you gonna do it?
Get
I know a guy.
Yeah, get the guy that's
Yeah.
on the Olympic.
You know way you can do it twice.
Here, hold my beer.
Literally. Straight
Terrible.
into an iceberg.
Shouldn't really be
But,
laughing about these tragic stories, like, but I mean,
No, I know what you mean.
can't be too soon, can it? Surely.
106 years ago.
Mm.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. But I've won a guy called Kerry Collins, or Carrie, I don't really know how you say that. He lives in the best place ever. Puyallup. Puyallup. Puyallup, Washington. May not be the richest multiple winner in lottery history, but he is the quickest. On June 14th, 2013, Collins won $55,555 on a scratch-off ticket. The next day, on the way home from claiming his prize, on June 15th, 2013, he stopped for lunch. He then bought 2 more scratch-off tickets, and the first won him another $200,000.
So much. People, jeez.
250 G's.
People don't win the lottery and then people win like 6 million times. It's like, yeah, well, just get on my level.
Ludicrous.
I think it's crazy.
Yeah.
How on earth? What's their secret, I wonder?
I don't know, it's crazy.
Maybe they're all part of the Illuminati of some sort. I just think that's crazy. There's a fella lived through 2 atomic bombs.
Oh, wow.
Tsutomu Yamaguchi.
Mm-hmm.
1945. He was travelling in Hiroshima when the little boy bomb went off.
Yeah.
And then he went to Nagasaki, which is his hometown. And then the fat boy hit that one. And he was living like 2 miles away from the blast, and he was exposed to quite a lot of radiation. So
He became the Hulk.
no, well, he died of stomach cancer
Oh,
in 2010.
that's so much worse.
Yeah, it's kind of grim. Like, he survived them both, and then they sort of claimed his life in the end. Really.
But that's quite a long time ago. So he must have been like
He was quite
80 or
old.
90 years
I think he
old.
was quite young. I think in 1945.
still that sort of thing, like the actual massive loss of life. And one of the things is, see, one of those atomic bombs, I can't remember which it was, but one of them missed their target and landed in a river bed, through, like sort of like a drainage thing.
Yeah.
And apparently that saved a lot of
Oh yeah.
the it like kept, don't sound stupid like, but it took a lot of the blast out, whereas it could have been bigger.
Yeah.
Which is crazy if you think how big those were.
Yeah. It says he also had a shattered eardrum.
I can imagine.
Extensive birds was temporarily blind as well.
Oh,
so
well, it would have been very bright.
yeah, I just think it's crazy that surviving two of them. Like, but I mean, it's still quite a lot of stuff to get from it as well.
I wonder if during the second one he was just like, oh, for God.
I mean, probably, like, but I mean, how long was it between
come on!
Hiroshima and Nagasaki? They would have been
not that long apart.
Yeah. So he survived that, but
he shows up. You're never gonna guess, but oh my God,
it's happening here as well. It's like literal.
What date is this?
Literal.
Is this weeks ago?
This is just crazy, like.
No, I'm done with stories, but I do have a little Japanese luck charm to tell you about.
Ooh.
It's the the wee cat that waves with one arm.
The one that does the hand bob.
Yeah.
If it was like a metal head just going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Maneki Neko, I think that's how you say it.
That's 100% how you say it.
It stands for the beckoning cat.
Oh, so it beckons.
Yeah. Basically,
so is it saying come here, or is it going go away? Like, I mean, that can't really work.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But basically, it waves a paw as a way to entice people to enter an area, which is why you see them in like Chineses and stuff.
Yeah.
It's said that in Japanese culture, it brings good fortune to those inside, because obviously people are going to be coming in. So a raised left paw brings money to bars and tea houses, while a raised right paw brings health and is for shops. But basically, everyone agrees that they are good luck charms.
Oh.
Another one from that side of the world is bamboo.
Another good luck charm?
Yeah, it's from Chinese culture. Basically, it can bring prosperity for a year if it is given as a gift at the start of a new year, but they can bring bad luck for 29 years.
Ooh.
If it dies in the first year, so you have to take care of them. They need indirect sunlight, fresh water every 2 weeks or once a month, depending on how you find it. But if you let it die within the first year,
you're buggered for 29.
Sunk.
That's like giving someone a mirror and go, here, smash that.
Oh, you dropped it.
Was it 7 years or 7 years, isn't it?
7 years.
7 years bad luck. I've got a lovely unlucky story.
Okay.
About a guy called Frayne Selleck.
Okay.
Yeah. He just shouldn't go on any sort of public transportation or any transportation whatsoever at all.
Just walk.
He was on a train in 1962 that crashed into a river.
What?
Yeah. Just decided to derail and crash into a river.
You'll be a laugh.
That's terrible. That's awful. This is actually a sub train.
These things float. When was this thing?
1962.
That's right, it's plenty of time.
Yeah, a number of people, still not nice, a number of people drowned, but Frayne survived to take his first airplane ride. It crashed.
Oh.
Yeah, sending Frayne out the door onto a haystack and killing 19 others. Yeah.
He fell into a haystack.
Mm-hmm.
He could have fallen anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
That is lucky.
From there on, he went on to survive a bus crash, a car crash, another bus accident, and 2 burning cars. So he's like a lucky man, but at the same time, if you see a guy named Frayne Selleck on your journey, get off. Don't bother. Do not bother.
That's crazy.
Yeah, not a fan of that at all. Like,
if he had carp scales, that might not have happened. Countries including Slovakia, Poland, Czech Republic, Austria,
Poland.
Germany. Yeah, you wonder what's happening there.
Ooh. I bring some.
Croatia as well. They prepare carp for their Christmas meals. So what they do?
Oh, we're near Christmas too. I might bring a magic carp with me and see what happens.
So what they do, apparently for good luck. So what they would do is they would catch a fresh one, and they would let it live in their bathtub. They would put like water in there, clean water.
Well, I didn't think so.
Um,
Just air.
You'll be fine.
Survive!
And,
Good luck.
Apparently, it like cleans the digestive tract, makes it taste better, all the rest.
Okay.
But well, allegedly, apparently, it
Yeah.
doesn't all work all the time. But after the meal is eaten, the diners then look under their plates to find the carp scale. It is placed in the wallet until the following Christmas Eve. So almost a year, and that is apparently supposed to bring good luck.
It's a long time to wait.
That
for
is
good luck, isn't it?
Pretty minging. There's another one as well. It's called the Tumi. It's really cool looking. See how we?
Oh yes, I've seen that
Cool,
before. Yes.
It's
That's like a, what do you call it, like Aztec sort of stuff?
yeah, it's a Peruvian ceremonial knife.
Oh.
Basically it's predominantly used for animal sacrifices. But it was
Not
also
lucky for the
used-
animals now, is it?
No, but it was also used for cranial surgeries back in the day.
Imagine that
Um,
there. I'm gonna give you brain of the deer. There you go, bit of blood, bit of deer blood.
Just get that in there, you'll be
Yeah.
fine. But it's now used as a sign of good luck, which is weird. It hangs on the walls of homes, and the Peruvian government use it as the official symbol of tourism in the country as well.
Imagine going somewhere like Peru and being like, what's that thing stand for? Let's look it up.
Oh, we used to kill animals with that, but it's fine.
And take people's heads off too. Just for the crack. Oh, okay. That's really strange. I think this woman could really use a good luck charm.
Mm-hmm.
Jean Rogers, like Roy Sullivan earlier on, she's also been struck by lightning
Oh, how many
twice.
times? Ugh.
And like Violet Jessup, she isn't the best on boats either. At 18 years old, she was on a cruise ship and fell over the railing into the ocean.
It's not funny. I don't know why I'm laughing.
Yeah, you shouldn't laugh
Yeah.
at that at all. Her bad luck continued from there. She's been mugged. She's been shot at. And she fell into a manhole.
Oh dear.
Yeah, not great. And then one day she was walking through town and a bat just decided to fly into her hair and started clawing at her scalp.
Oh,
So she had to drive to the vest to get the bat out of her head.
like
Like, that's an awful lot of stuff to happen to you
some
in
of
your
those-
lifetime.
Some of those are just clumsy.
Yeah, but I don't really... Okay, well, I can't imagine being struck by lightning clumsy twice. That's not being clumsy at all. Falling
No,
over a railing, fair
That's
enough.
clumsy. Falling down a manhole is
That's
clumsy.
clumsy. But being shot at and being mugged isn't really clumsy
No.
unless someone goes, don't walk down that street. Why? That's Miller
You'll
Street.
get mugged. Ah.
Okay. And then obviously the bat, she can't really help the bat, like, but it was her own fault really. She panicked and the bat was like, ah! Started peeing on her and scratching her head and stuff.
Massive.
Yeah.
It'd be awful.
That's all my bad luck stories done, thankfully.
Yes.
So we don't need any more bad luck in our lives. These people have had enough for us.
I thought
share
we could
around.
give I've got 10 just short reasons or potential ways to increase your luck. Maybe it's sort of like a wee finish.
If you
So-
believe in that.
Yeah, well, there's some nice wee sayings on the way through. You can pop these in as well. So the first point, this is all from lifehack.org. The first point is be aware of and act on opportunities. So basically, what they say is, how much luck do you think you can look forward to if you stay locked up in your house like a hermit? So basically, if you don't get out there and take action, you'll find yourself in a sad pit of doom that is devoid of opportunity. Want to be lucky? Life isn't a charity.
Yeah.
Basically.
So be active then, basically. is what
Literally,
it's
yeah.
saying.
Thomas Jefferson, obviously pretty famous fella. I'm a great believer in luck, and I find the harder I work, the more I have.
Yeah.
So
We can't really test that, can we? We work hard in a certain game and it decides to throw us back in the bin. So
it hates us so much.
if we stop playing that, if we play a different game,
They'll
then
just follow me.
yeah.
I just know it.
probably mine has followed by I got killed by a horse and Red Dead. Sure, got kicked in the face by a horse.
Seen that.
Yeah.
That was funny. It was funny.
Well, I'm glad you thought.
You
it
were
was
like,
funny.
you're like, I'm just gonna go.
I just said search horse and say risk of death.
Funny. Next point they say, so be aware of and act on opportunities. Second point is visualize the success. So basically, how well do you think you're going to perform in a job interview or sports or whatever? If your thoughts are filled with reasons, your thoughts filled with reasons that you may fail. If so, odds are probably not going to be in your favour. The better athletes say they imagine themselves winning long before something starts. The best stage actors imagine an audience exploding with laughter and applause before they set foot on stage. And the best people that do job interviews imagine how thoughtful your responses will be during your drive. If you're preparing for a date, imagine how classy, handsome, funny the other person you will find you when you get dressed. You must see success happen before you can make it.
See, that's the thing. I think that's just psychology, because, I mean, you see, you hear like UFC is a massive thing for that. Also, you hear in the post-fight interviews, guys going, "I envisioned this months ago," and blah blah blah, and then they lose, and you're like, "Did you?
You didn't envision it hard enough."
Well, that's what it is. Though I think it's just psychology. You just have to think about things, and then if you think about it hard enough, it really, if you do get it, then it's because you've thought and you've been like, "Oh well, there you go." But if you lose, you lose. I think it's just already predetermined in life. I think.
Well, that's something actually. I think you've actually mentioned it before about people that, was it McGregor? Maybe we were talking about the McGregor episode. You were like, no, he says he's definitely going to do this. He was definitely going to do that. And then as soon as he got in there, he was like, no, I'm not.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Yeah. Exactly. And you can say all you want, but whenever it actually comes to the point where you're faced against the thing that you said you were going to defeat, it's not going to happen. Like, you need to implement everything you can, and just because you train hard as anybody, or you train even harder than them, doesn't mean you're going to win.
There's I suppose it comes from that actually. The next point after visualizing the success is to focus on the positive. So they give the example of this.
This is all psychology. I don't know what
it is. 100%, because
this is all lies. Is what it is.
What it is. So an unfortunate thing that happened to me last week.
You?
This is just here.
Oh.
My car engine died on the road going into my apartment. My vehicle didn't come to a slow stop, but rather a dead halt. Let's just say the bill from the mechanic wasn't pretty, so I wasn't very happy. But then it hit me. I was so lucky. My drive home that night included a 30-minute voyage on a crowded interstate. Imagine how much worse it would have been if it had broken down in the middle of...
Yeah, that would make sense, yeah.
So, look for the good in what maybe isn't so good, and you'll start to see more luck. So, for example, this did happen to me last week. Mark my boss came into the office at 9:10 roughly, usually walks in, and he came in and he was like, somebody hit your car? I was like, what? He's like, somebody hit the back of your car? I was like, I don't think so. He was like, well, somebody's hit the back of your car, you come out and look at it. I was like, right, okay. So I went out, and right enough, he was right, there was blue paint all along your back left passenger side of the car.
That's where my mum's got a back left thing going on as well with her car. Someone bumped into her car too.
Yeah, blue car. What did you say?
It's black.
No, it
was a black car that bumped into her.
But, no, it was a blue car.
You can imagine his mum just rubbing butts against your car.
Don't come back to my house. No,
anyway. Is that my mum?
Yeah. So, what do you call it?
Dear.
I went out after work.
What was that?
What? I'll tell you in a minute.
I just shivved him. I seen him in the street, just shivved him.
He's in my boot, I need help. No, what do you call it?
Let's pause this one then.
I looked at it and I was like, it should be alright. I mean, it's only hopefully paint.
Yeah.
So it rained during the day, and I went out and I got a bank card and just went along the back, and right enough, it did come off. There was a wee bit of like where white paints came off, but I don't really care because it's enough that I can just like touch it up with a pen. It'll be fine. But yeah, that was one thing that I was like, that could have been a lot worse. So it was.
Yeah, I hate people that don't like leave things as well at your.
Yeah, it was quite annoying because I was like, it would have been nice if they'd have been like, I'll pay for the
damage.
But that's not that there's much, because there's not. But it's like, I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that.
There was a woman that left her number on my dad's car whenever she hit my dad's car.
That was nice.
Yeah, I was like, you just like, it takes a person with massive balls to even do that, because you never know what the other person's going to say. You'd be like, well, get your solicitor involved, that's the one.
Yeah, no.
Or you could just be like, I'll just pay for the damage and the mechanics or whatever.
That's like the guy, I told you about the guy who hit my old car, didn't I? My Yaris. I was parked in...
I think so.
No? I was parked
I don't think I even knew you.
No, you wouldn't have, but I didn't know if I told you the story in the meantime. This is like, I was maybe first year uni.
Oh.
I was up at Callum's house in Belfast, and I parked the car. He lived in like a gated thing, so I couldn't drive in. So I left it outside, and there was a house across the road. So we came out. We'd been out in the rip the night before, come back, And he was like, well, do you want to go out for breakfast? I was like, yeah, I'll drive. Went out to the car, and somebody had reversed and taken the whole door in, like massive big dent
Oh
in the
my
door.
word!
White paint and stuff, no note left. And I was like, oh my god, right before Christmas, coming up to maybe the 5th anniversary of it. And I was like, oh my god, I was just thinking, right, I'm gonna have to get the whole door fixed, blah blah blah. So we noticed there was white paint, and Callum was like, look up, that's his sister, look up plays a lot out here. I'll ask her if he knows where the white car. And he was like, yeah, there's a white car in that house, right across from where my car was parked. So I rang my dad, I was like, what do I do here? And he was like, ring the police, see what they'll do. Police went to his house. It was him. He'd hit my car and not told me.
That's mad.
Yeah.
Why on earth wouldn't you just say something?
Don't know. And like, legitimately, I was like, I went and got quotes, and he was like, I'll just put it through my insurance. That was it. Yeah.
That's crazy. See, Dad decided just to. He knows someone that fixes things. He just went to them. So.
Oh, they had a whole new door, like.
Yeah, well, that's different. Like, but I think he needed a new wing mirror.
Oh, that's not too bad.
It could have been that one. It could have been a different time. Dad's been hit loads of times.
Yeah.
But saved her money as well, so which wasn't too bad.
Oh yeah, saved
her
her
money
for sure.
and the
Our
money
insurance
as
and all.
Yeah.
So after focus on the positive, there's one that I genuinely would say I would agree with. Listen to your gut.
Yeah.
The whole,
gut
if it
feeling's a
doesn't feel right,
massive
it
thing.
probably isn't. You know.
Yeah.
You know, it's just let your intuition guide you, and I think that's really quite a fair point. I would 100% agree.
I'd rather live by my own gut than anything else.
Exactly. Like, you might not get it right every time, but you probably
You'll feel
more
better
often
afterwards.
you will if you know, if it doesn't feel right. As if it's too good to be true, it probably is.
Yeah.
So
you also feel better that you've taken that gut instinct as well.
Exactly.
Not.
It was nice we won this one. It's called Brush Your Shoulders Off. So literally I'll just read this one because it's fairly self-explanatory. Newsflash: no, you can't have it all. Yes, you will fail. No, life isn't fair, and yes, you have to deal with it.
Yeah.
You know, one of those things that if you think everything's terrible and crap and whatever, then yeah, you're gonna see the bad luck. You're not gonna see the good side of things as often, and I'm as guilty as anybody else for that sometimes.
Oh yes, I mean everyone has that guilt, don't they? Really? Like, but I mean, you're gonna feel more times you're gonna succeed, like so. It just sort of has to happen.
I like this week quote as well from the Dalai Lama, or the 14th Dalai Lama. Remember that sometimes not getting what you want is a wonderful stroke of luck.
Yeah.
So
be careful what you wish for.
Yep. Now the 6th point on this after brush your shoulders off was try again from another angle. Just because your plan failed doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad idea. It could just be your execution or the method that needs tweaked. The more you learn, the more you grow, the more lucky, in inverted commas, you could potentially.
I think I read something the other day. I don't know who said it, but it was, this isn't going to be a very direct or what do you call it, quote, but it was like, I think I've succeeded this once, or I've done it the right way one time, but it's failed 999.
I think it was Einstein.
What was it?
I think so. It was somebody like that, or Edison, or
some philosopher.
Yeah,
anyway.
it was somebody like really. It was. Are you thinking of the one? I haven't failed 999 times. I've learned 999 ways not to
do it. Yeah,
I think that's something like that. This is one you've definitely mentioned before, and it was one I disagreed with and then agreed with once you explained it a bit more. Reduce stress and negative thinking. So instead of the whole I have to go to work, it's I get to go to work, or I have to do this, or whatever. It's say things in a positive way, think positively, as opposed to I have to go to the gym. No, it's I get to go to the gym, or whatever. And again, the whole reduce stress thing, it basically just says, look, have a think about what you're doing. You're probably actually doing a lot better than you think.
Yeah,
which is true. Because you do, as we've mentioned many times, we put big pressure even just on ourselves. And obviously that's just 2 people, but you can include almost, I'd say, everyone we know in the same boat.
Yeah, everyone has mad stress levels at some point during the year.
Exactly.
It's a guaranteed.
Number 8 is one I think you'll agree with, is just live in the now.
Yeah.
It's so easy to get caught up in your own little world.
Yeah.
So basically it's handy to develop the ability to live in the present, and it'll help you notice opportunities It may otherwise, like if you're looking 2-3 months from now, or 6 months from now, a year from now,
There's no
you
point.
won't see something that's right there, right now.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same thing I say to people whenever they decide to look at gigs through their phones. Oh, irks me.
Yeah, like what are you gonna do? Watch the video back and be like,
In the
"That was
future, and be like, I was there. Were you though?
great." Yeah, no, you were there physically.
phone was
but did
definitely
you
there.
see it? You
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
exactly.
You don't get the goosebumps you get whenever you're looking through a phone as a solo. Whenever you actually live through it, it's very, very different.
The wee quote under that was Bruce Springsteen. When it comes to luck, you make your own. That's what he said.
He was born in the USA, wasn't he?
It was. And then the next week quote, I'll read this first before I read the thing. Napoleon Bonaparte says, ability is of little account without opportunity. So, number 9, be curious about everything. Curiosity will help you open doors that were previously closed. Why is that? Because being curious will give you a fresh perspective on things, arming you with the ability to identify solutions to problems others might miss. The more creative and innovative you become, the more likely you are to be able to create luck for yourself.
But curiosity also killed the cat.
I knew that was coming. I knew it was coming.
What's this thing? Oh.
And then number 10 is you don't lose until you quit, so don't quit. So it's really simple. Literally just has a quote under it. Luck is a dividend of sweat. The more you sweat, the luckier you get.
I suppose that makes sense.
So and then it finished with the little point, are you feeling lucky, punk? You know, the guy with the gun. But
Clint Eastwood.
yeah.
What do you call him? Dirty Harry?
Yes. And yeah, those are the 10 points. I think most of them are fair, some of them are a bit wishy-washy, but
Yeah,
I particularly like the ones you just have to suck it up.
It's all self, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
all you have to do. You have to like build yourself up to have. Like it says, you have to be active. You can't just sit in the house and be like, I'm so unlucky. Well, get out.
Yeah.
Do something.
You will be, and you will continue to be. No, exactly, and yeah, I think after the last one where we spoke about Stanley and his job and how he did all these amazing things, and it links in quite well with the whole. If you read those points, every single one of them were probably attributed to the way he did things. So
yeah, I would agree with that. To be fair, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
there you go. That's luck.
That's what people say.
That's yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll call that an episode, folks.
Okay, dokie.
So yeah, we'll catch you in the next one.
Bye.